Great Scott! Did you know that Back to the Future Part 2 came out in 1989? And in that movie, they were trying to predict what 2015 would look like. Now, I think they got some things correct. One thing I'm really bummed is that there was no flying cars or even a flying DeLorean, because that would be really cool to have. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing what do I think the future is going to look like for buying a home. Now, if you have been watching the news or diving into the internet more about purchasing a home, you'll start to uncover questions about what that process looks like. You may even run into like real estate boards or real estate agents sharing their predictions for the marketplace for buying a home. And so I hope this video kind of dispels some of the myths and shares some of the exciting advancements ahead. Now, right away, I want to start with just 3 predictions that I have. I'm sure there's a lot more that we could cover, but I really feel like these 3 will give a good baseline of what the future looks like in the home buying process. And we'll start with point number 1. The point number 1 is the online search platforms are going to continue to get better. There's a lot of technology investment in these search platforms. And already in the last 10 years since I've been in real estate, there's been huge advancements on what is being offered on those platforms for buyers to be able to search for those homes. Things that I'm thinking about that are definitely going to get better is the 3D home viewing experience. Now, right now there's already technology out where you can get a 3D floor map of a home, and where through certain technology you can even use some of those goggles, whether Apple or Google or even Facebook, and be able to tour the home without even leaving your house. Now, while I don't necessarily think that tomorrow it's going to be everyone's only going to use that method, I still think it's incredibly important to get into the home. But those are something of an advancement that we'll start to see on those web platforms, as well as the information about homes. We'll see more connection with county documents or documents that have been uploaded in the multiple listing service that you may not have access to right away. So these online search platforms are only going to get better. Also, it may have abilities to communicate with your agent, set up showings. Now, I know some of those platforms have that, but it doesn't necessarily communicate to an agent that's not a part of that company that you're using the website for, where I believe in the future there will be more integrations towards that. Now, number 2 is something that is already around. It's not necessarily something that is futuristic, and it might seem really conventional, but we are going to see more and more paperless transactions. Now, I don't want to ruin the surprise if this is your first time buying a home, but the stack of paperwork when you go to sign is about that thick. And I'm not joking. That is not a myth. It is about that thick. Now, you would go into a title company, or in some states it's called a settlement company. Also, they may have a remote signer come out to you. And really what they're going to do is they're going to bring that paperwork and go through it. Now, I believe in the future, more and more of that is going to be done electronically. Already the capabilities are in place. Most real estate transactions are signed electronically. They're delivered electronically. And so I'm seeing more and more things go into that direction. And so it is definitely a prediction that in the future, things are going to continue down that electronic road, where even your signatures on closing documents are going to be signed over the internet. And then that takes away the need to print out papers. It allows you to save it right away to your computer. It even takes away scanning capabilities. I mean, who would have thought even 20 years ago that the fax machine would be obsolete? I know in my real estate office, we've had one, and it has been collecting dust for the last 15 years. And so it's one of those things that we may even see the capabilities of scanning documents for real estate go away because everything is now paperless. Now, the third one is one that I'm super excited about, because if you've ever tried to get a loan, you know that that process can take some time. Like when I first got into real estate, it was not abnormal for a real estate transaction to take 30 to 45 days when it's being financed. And like I alluded to before, 80% of all transactions done in 2023 had some sort of financing. So really what does that mean is that my prediction on number 3 is that the real estate financing portion is only going to get quicker. I remember when one of the lenders that I worked with said, hey, I can get this closed in about 15 to 20 days. I go, there's no way that you can do that. And 15 to 20 days later, boom, the loan was closed. And so I'm just seeing in the future that these documents, this process is only getting quicker. The loan requirements are streamlined, what is required for each and every loan. The underwriters, whether they're in office or out of office, they're able to review documents quicker. And now I know you might have just had that question, what is an underwriter? It's not an undertaker, even though they may seem similar. But I will definitely have a video that you should check out about buying your first home and that lending process. We'll talk more specifically about that underwriter, but that's someone basically that is just there to approve your loan. Even though there are some that are in-house or remote, it really doesn't matter anymore. You're seeing those speeds happen, and it is actually not out of the norm for a 20-day or even a 15-day close that is financed. So I'm seeing that process is only going to get quicker. Now, you might be wondering, Zach, what is your overall prediction? Is it going to be a bright spot? Or as a buyer, should I be concerned about this process? And I'm going to tell you, I truly believe that this is truly going to be a bright spot. Like the future of home buying, while there are some advancements, and that's what the key words I'd use, advancement, it's not changes. You will always have this process of being able to walk through purchasing your home with a representative. Now, what I'm going to tell you is states right now, including mine in Washington, are really upping the professional game. They're really becoming transparent with what does it cost to buy a home. Now, a lot of times you will have the down payment, as well as the lender will share that there's closing costs. And there is a representation fee. To hire an agent, you have to have a representation fee. Now, most transactions, the seller of the home is offering compensation to an agent that brings the buyer. Now, that's going to be a different video for a different day, but I truly believe this process is only getting better because of the transparency, the clarity that is happening in the industry right now. Like I said, there's a lot of breaking news in and around buyer agency. And I'm sure by you finding this video, you've probably watched some others that don't have a great outlook on the buyer's market. And so I just want to encourage you, always reach out to a representative. Connect with someone locally. Real estate is a local venture, and so wherever you're located at, get someone that knows your area. Now, if you're in the state of Washington, we would always love to talk to you here at the Positive Change Real Estate team, because we know that we've got a process and a system in place to serve you and to make sure that you get the home you want and want the home that you get. And so definitely feel free to reach out below. But by the way, what I would love is in the comments, if you've gone this far, go ahead and put your predictions of what you think about the home buying process or the home buying market in the future. And I'd love to see if there's a step that I missed or a tip I should have shared. I think those are always helpful, and I love to interact with those that comment down below. But hey, now I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you found tremendous value in it. And remember always to hit that subscribe button if you're just meeting us for the first time, as well as that bell button, so that way you're made aware of the next videos that are releasing. But until next time, remember, today is a great day for you to #create positive change. All right, take care, everyone.